Hey, yo! Hey, yo! Hey, yo! Hopefully y'all can hear me, cause I don't want to block the mic. But how the frick y'all doing? It's a great day out here in nature, baby. I'm usually about to do a little walking and talking with y'all up in the forest. It's been a bit. I really didn't. I whoop. I did film. I think I did film, but I'm not sure if I filmed when it was on my Earth Day. My Earth Day, cause my Earth Day passed, quote unquote birthday, but there's really multiple births. You're really supposed to have multiple births. You're really supposed to have multiple births and whatnot. Because whoop, just like there's multiple births, there's supposed to be a new versions of you that are born. And death to the old you. So really, in a sense, there is no fear of death. You really should embrace death. And a book that I can give you a recommendation on is The Hero with the African Face, which speaks further about it. Clearly you can tell by my cultural tie, feathers up, American pride. You know, clearly you can tell I'm not an African. I'm American. This is my homeland. You dig? But it's just the book is also has some in-depth information as far as thought and perspectives, of course. But yeah, feathers up. We're not just talking it; we actually living it. You dig? Uh huh. But yeah, it was my Earth Day. Uh, Trying to think, how did it necessarily feel? How did it necessarily feel? Look at the mushrooms, y'all. The mushrooms growing. Trying to think if I'm gonna pick some. Uh, I determine. Anyways, but as I was saying, whoop, going through this forest. You know how it is. Oh wow, the water? Did it? Oh, it rained. I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm trying to go through another part. But yeah, it is. I just passed. How you say? Hey, it was my Earth Day. It was my Earth Day. I really didn't feel too much different. I noticed when I do get out to the sun, you know what I'm saying? I guess in sunlight, that's when I feel more blissful. The sun, is very healing. It's very healing. You can't be misled and just think that, the sun, oh, it'll make you go blind. You need the sun. You are the people of the sun. If you are the people of the sun, why can't you stare at yourself? Why can't you look into yourself? Why can't you have further knowledge of yourself? Why is it those that get sick from the sun tell you can't look at the sun, and then all of a sudden it applies to them? Why is them, as far as in mass, tell you that you can't get sick from the sun, and then try to get, I'm sorry, that you can get sick from the sun, but they get sick from the sun, but then you take large health advice from them? Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Like, you ever notice that dying to be like you? That's something I've always noticed too when I was younger. As far as, oh, look at those plants. Look how beautiful that is, cuz. See that? Look how beautiful that is. Wow, this grew up real. You see how it wasn't too long ago I was here, cuz, on film. Wow. Look how much that really grew. Nature is blissful, yo. It's abundant. It's abundant, baby. It's abundant. We gotta have an abundant mindset, yo. Talking to myself and I'm talking to you through the screen, yo. Gotta have an abundant. Oh my gosh, look how much it grew. This is stunning. Stunning, cuz. Stunning. Wow. Stunning, dog. stunning. Look at that. Wowzers. Wowzers. That junk crazy. That junk crazy. Whoop. Wow, what's this over here? I'm sorry. Yeah, y'all witnessing this as I am. Look at that. They just growing like. Speaking of that, I'm putting the plants in the seeds today. I'm planting the seeds today. I'm planting the seeds today. Cause you know I got the seeds. I already got the soil from what I did. I know I was doing a lot of different stuff. You guys know, cause we were uploading every day on YouTube, and as well as you notice we've been uploading on Instagram as well, and even some stuff behind exclusive stuff on our Instagram, Healing Through Inspiration, stuff like that on there. Shoot. I was saying, I just got amazed by this. That was meant for me to see this. Wow, because this was the last time Last time I was over here, right here, I was meditating for over 4 hours, yo. Over 4 hours of meditation, dog. You know that's amazing, bro. I felt so light, so blissful. And one of the things too is what I came into grips was I really needed to get back into a meditation. Cause I had meditated for hours today. Cause I try to meditate for like an hour a day, but I wasn't doing it for the other days. You know, complacency. But you know, I gotta step it up. And there's some other things too. Cause as you know, add some other things that was going as far as for my goal, and whatnot. But you know, some things didn't align yet. So that wasn't as I don't know. It wasn't as what I wanted. It wasn't as what I wanted per se. So hey, you know things, but you know I just gotta replan, gotta refocus, and just keep at it. Cause I feel like I'm closer than expected. You know. Um, but yeah, as far as my Earth Day, you know, it didn't really feel too much different. You know, it's kind of like too as far as with these dates and these times and whatnot. It just, you know, time doesn't exist. Like who you to say there's 7 days in a week? Who you say there's 28 days in a month, 31, 30? Who you to say all this? Who you say the clock goes back 1 hour? Who do you say the clock goes forward 1 hour? Who you to say this, man? Who you to say this, yo? You know what I'm saying? Like, crazy. Who are you to say all of this? And so that's why I don't really subscribe to them or subscribe to their time. Because if you ask, you know, a bird how old they're, like, I don't know. It doesn't matter. As long as I know I got the knowledge and I continue to gain the knowledge and live a righteous way, there's nothing. What is it then? I care less of how old I am. And really, that's another mindset of these pale foreigners that are here in our homeland, America. They always talking about how old. People always saying they're old. And it's to the point where the blacks, they've adopted the mindset as well, because they're saying how old they are. We're young, we're abundant. How what's the age you think that tree is? You think it's old? That tree is not old. The tree is young. It's grown like it's young. It's young. It's forever young. It's gonna continue to grow in the prime. And that's one of the healthiest trees that look. It's not cut. No man is trying to cut in it. No man is trying to grow in it. Yeah, there's some alterations due to some other environmental factors, but the fact that it's one of the healthiest trees, you dig, and there's many of them. These aren't even being cut. These aren't even being touched by man. And I keep saying that to you, because with nature, your skin is the same color as the soil. Your skin is the same color as the trees, and your hair grows as the trees. You dig? So, whatever leaves it doesn't need, it gets rid of itself. Why cut something if it's gonna end up growing back? Why? Why cut something if it's gonna end up growing back? That's one of the reasons I stopped cutting my hair. It didn't make no sense. What the heck I need a lineup for? What does a tree need a lineup for? If the leaves keep growing there, that means it needed it. It needs it. Whatever ones it don't need, it's gonna get rid of. Whatever ones it's gonna get rid of. And two, it's a part of it, insecurity too. A lineup talking about, oh, I ain't got no line. What the frick, nigga? You ain't got no lineup, nigga? Wear your freaking hair. Wear your freaking hair. Come on now. And you know, with, just like I was saying, as far as you even ask a deer, like, what age do you think a deer is? It doesn't know. It can care less. It knows the difference between an adult and a child, of course, but as far as like, what is the age? What is the years? I'm not even on your time frame. They're operating at a whole nother level. That's where they're living more healthily and more efficient. They don't go to doctors, but yet you look at the blacks, they go to doctors. They go to people. They go to people who get them sick. They go to people that get sick by nature itself. They go to get their vaccines and injections. Why don't deer do that? Why don't they do that? Why don't the squirrel does it? Why doesn't the buck do that? Why doesn't a buffalo? Why doesn't the ox do that? You know, ox eat plants. You want to be as strong as an ox? Why don't you eat it like the ox? But you go and eat the cattle. It's not adding up, man. It's not adding up. I'm not saying this stuff is common sense because I don't say common sense. When people say common sense isn't common, you're eluding, you're excluding your own statement. You're excluding your own statement because if common sense isn't common, the phrase already cancels itself out. The phrase already cancels itself out, okay? That already in sense, you just have sense, okay? Not everyone has the same common experiences. Not everyone, even two people can have two parents in a household and have two different common experiences and two different experiences. So they're not common. But what I do think is an art, I'm at the point where I think critical thinking is an art. The ability to think critically. And it's all is and just learning. You learn so much from nature and just learning so much from reading books. Have to gain different perspectives. We have to unlearn to learn. We have to unlearn. We would drink milk with strong bones. No other animal gets its milk from another animal. No other animal does that. So. Looking at my dog. You know. But today is an abundant day. Today is an abundant day. It's always an abundant day. I got up. I think I put my phone on airplane mode. Didn't respond to any messages and I woke up. I just got up and started doing my workout. You know. Wanted to do a workout because it's been a bit, felt like. And one of the things too, I noticed when I was angry, I was working out. And I noticed that sometimes it wasn't an entire solution for the anger. You dig? So that's why I really came to it. But another thing, what I did work out was to begin with, that was with the mind. And that's with meditation. I keep telling y'all to meditate. It's very, very, it don't cost nothing, y'all. But if you want help, we got y'all. You dig? And I want to keep going on this too, thing about, I said Earth Day. I didn't say it was my birthday. I want to go into that too. Because as far as with Earth, it's the day I was supposedly, what is known as physical, born onto this Earth. Other than that, because don't the days keep changing? There's months. There's years where there's 365 days and there's 364 days. So necessarily, it's not relatively accurate as far as what your birthday is, what day it is. So you're just going off of their time and their category. then by the way, if they're pushing this clock back forward and they keep pushing it backwards, and it's just like, which one is it? It's like, which one is it? Because, the top, if it's the time that you were born, what was it? Did the clock backwards? Was the clock forwards in from now? It's not relatively accurate, It's not entirely accurate, most definitely. But, I even heard a statement that said, nothing exists until it's actually measured. Time didn't exist until it's actually measured. And I'm going on this time too, because a lot of time, people say, I don't like the word black people ain't got no sense of time. We don't, because it's not in our natural mind frame. It really isn't. It's not in our natural mind frame to be waking up at, having an alarm clock, and as you hear you jump out, getting out of bed, having a heart attack, rushing to throw clothes on, get in a car or catch the bus to go to a place and you rushing like a maniac to go to a place where people don't like you at. And a lot of times it's because you brown. Just because you brown. But they call themselves black. In the comments, put what color my skin is in the comments. You dig? And it's just kind of like rather asinine. It's like, and a lot of times the people they don't like this jobs and they don't like this whole stuff like this. Because it's relatively new. A lot of our ancestors, they weren't even working. They had farms, they lived on land, whatnot. And these jobs and stuff, they're miserable. And even their schools, too. The schools is indoctrination. Why would you let the people who held you captive in your own land teach your youth? Huh? What are you going to gain from that, cuz? What are you going to gain from that, cuz? Indoctrination. They're sitting there and telling you that you're from a land you've never been before. They're telling your future, because the youth is the future. They're telling them that they're from a land they never been before. And matter of fact, all the discrimination and terrorist actions that is going on in place, they're going to get tortured. You're taking your child to your torturer. You're already training them in order to look up, to seek pale approval. When they're getting a pale teacher, all of them teachers are pale foreigners. And they're the ones grading their papers, letting them know if they're correct, if their actions are correct or not. If they're correct or not. So, with that being said, they're going to tell them what they're doing is right or wrong. Right or wrong. And you know what? It's like, you don't learn. Y'all don't learn. And it's unfortunate that children have to suffer for it, because it's a very traumatic thing. It's something you never forget. Like children getting kicked out of schools for wearing their virgin hair. Something like this, this bug I'm playing. I say virgin hair because really natural hair. I think the natural hair movement, I disagree with it because there's no movement, You're not going anywhere. You're returning to your state. You're returning somewhere. You're just returning to your hair. And I say virgin hair because virgin hair is untouched. Like it's, not untouched, but it's not artificially altered. I mean, some may say the same with natural, but there are a lot of people who say they have natural, but yet they dye their hair. And I'm going to tell you something, dyes are just as harmful as, if not even more harmful, as relaxers and perms. Yes. So, and there's another thing too, what they use, and they go back with this tree. And how efficient, if your skin is the same color as the soil, and your skin is the same color as the trees, and your hair goes as the trees, how efficient would it be in order to in order to take a hot iron, something that gets 400 degrees, 400 to 200 degrees, and cook your hair, and then cook the leaves on there. Cook the leaves on there. Don't you think it would burn it? Even if it would manipulate it, but wouldn't that hinder the tree's growth? Yes or no? Put that in the comments though. Let me get your feedback on that. Put that in the chat, yo. Come on now. Come on now. And but yet people do that and they think it's think it's natural, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So, but you know, there's children get kicked out of school for wearing their virgin hair. That is very traumatic. It's very unfortunate for the children, but I think it goes to show you how bad the blacks want to be accepted, that they even send their children to such a torturous place like that. And it stems with the parents. You know, it's easier to build strong children than rebuild broken adults. Youth is the future. We got to start respecting. We got to start doing stuff for the future. Because right now, especially in these quarantine times, things are most definitely a change. People are getting so comfortable with being violated. They're getting so comfortable with being violated. They're getting so comfortable being told that, hey, put this on your face. Cover your mouth. Stop breathing. Stop breathing. Huh? And let me do your temperature check. Let me do all this. Hold on, what you got in your bag? What you doing? But yeah, they telling you, we have to see if you have a gun, but then they the ones with the guns. That's some gangster stuff. And you know what? And that's another thing too about these guns. Because I'm not telling y'all, go get the guns. Because really, original inhabitants do not own their own gun companies. They don't. But yet all these foreigners and whatnot, they sell it to you. This is the same stuff they've been doing. They've been selling you guns and firewater. This is why there's liquor stores and gun stores on all your corners. Because they want you to sedate yourself and then kill yourself. And even now, because people are like, oh, you got to get a gun. You got to get a gun. You got to get a gun because, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you like this. It's right now, guns are free. Guns are freaking free. You don't have to have it. The government puts guns in alleyways. They put guns in alleyways in order for anybody in the original habitat, it could be a child or whatever, who walk down the alley and just put it there and just a crate of guns so they can have them. You know that? An actual gun. They're freaking free. They give you that. They want you to destroy yourselves. They want you to destroy yourselves. They want to ruin your domain. You know that? So clearly the answer is not the gun. The answer is with the mind. Because a lot of times with these guns and whatnot, nobody's ever wants to say this, but we got grandbabies killing other grandbabies. Let me get a sip of my water. You know, and we got to return to nature, man, because, you know, these foreigners, well, because it's only coming to it. Like, can't y'all see y'all being violated at such a high rate, and y'all little go-aheads just going along with it. I mean, golly, it's no questionable acts, no thinking, no critical thinking whatsoever. I don't like y'all. I don't want to be around y'all, really. Y'all know who. Especially if y'all offended by the words that I'm saying. Hey. And it's kind of like too, because I even saw this. I think I saw someone that I considered a friend at the time. You know, they exposed themselves. This is a hybrid. I saw her because I haven't seen her in like months. I haven't seen her in like maybe like six, 6 months, 6 to 3 months. Um, then when I saw her, uh, what happened? We were having to be talking or whatever. We were talking outside, and then I think she has pointed or something, and she was like, "Oh, look at that over there." And it's like I think it was the police. They were doing a break. They were doing a raid. So came out with the black trucks, whatever, swarmed around this place. They're like, "Hey, da coming in." They had the unmarked, the unmarked cars. It was mostly trucks, tinted out windows and stuff. And then they came and said, "Hey, what's up?" They're like, "Oh, they just raided in that place." And I thought to myself, and I said, imagine if they try to do a raid, and we're out here in the nature and forest. As really our skin, we are the camouflage. Our skin is the same color as the soil. Please don't make no error about that. We resemble nature. We are nature. Hello, hello. Imagine if they try to do that. You what? How they gonna try to get through quicksand? How they gonna try to get through the insects? People don't want to talk about that. Insects eat, but yeah, they try to get rid of the parasites. You dig? Um, and also it's like, how you gonna get through a bear? How you gonna all these animals? A bird will tell you who's in the forest. Will let you know that you're in the forest. After I kept going to the forest, I realized the birds were signaling other birds that I was there, and they were communicating, and I started recognizing their presence. We already gonna get the tip off. We gonna get the jump off. What happens if you meet a ox meet you, a buffalo, a jaguar, huh? We not alone in this thing, yo. We not alone in this thing, really. And another thing too, like in Vietnam, the original inhabitants over there, they had digged holes. They're smaller. They actually smaller frame men, and they were able to dig like narrow holes and whatnot. If you weren't built like them, you couldn't get in there. And they was crawling, digging underground. Is a way because they started digging underground because the U.S. soldiers, they started actually taking planes and dropping bombs, on them. So they started digging underground. They were living underground, cooking meals underground. And they had snakes. And they had snakes in their holes and snake pits and set. So when the U.S. soldiers did have someone smart that would go in there, they would get attacked by the snakes. But also the Vietnam soldiers, the Vietnam soldiers, they were actually in the ground, underground with the snakes. But how did the snakes know not to bite them? That's something you got to read in between the lines. Okay? Okay? All right? Mm-mm-mm. And that's part of the reason why these foreigners, they um, conditioned us in order to move out of the rural areas into the cities. As far as its control, we got to go back to the rural areas because we just see stuff is getting only worse and worse. Hmm. But yeah, but like I said, this is I can consider this my Earth Day video, Earth Day, whatever. I you know, appreciate all the love, support as we continue to grow. Most definitely, as all of us, you know. And as I got a gift for y'all, and that is it's a free book. It's a free book. So if you guys want to get a free book, make sure you guys get Follow the information in the description box. And make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the bell notification. And if you guys want to book a one-on-one coaching session, you guys know you can do that. You can email us at info at healingthroughinspiration.com with at least in the subject you put some of the words coaching, whatever else after that. But as long as it's got coaching in it, you're all right. Or you can just DM us on Instagram, Healing Through Inspiration. Yeah. We got Originally Caps on sale. We got a new Originally tire coming up. Real talk. It's on the fly. It's on the fly. I promise you. I promise you. Oh my gosh. I was so happy, dog. It should be out by now, but it's like by the time this drops. But hey, it's there. Y'all check in the description box as well as the American Meaning shirts. Limited supplies last on that, y'all. Woo! No, y'all saw that and heard that. Y'all have a great day, man. Y'all be blissful, y'all. And yeah, come get your free book, y'all. Peace, love, and light.